Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, everybody right now, please hold up your cell phones. Hold up your cell phones. All right, now open them. Open your cell phones. Open them. If you can, if you're willing.
Like take it apart.
No. Okay. How many of you, when you open your phones, have a social media app open?
Not me.
I didn't.
How many of you have used social media within the last 15 minutes, last hour? Okay, that's most of you. Well, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, many of us use social media a lot. A lot of us are becoming more and more painfully aware of how much time we're devoting to social media and our dependence on social media that we are experiencing on a day-to-day basis. We see it everywhere. People walking down the street on their phones, on dates, on their phones, at a restaurant, on their phones. And according to a study by the National Institute of Health's Library of Medicine, over 80% of college students are actually addicted to the internet. If it make you uncomfortable, you got to keep listening because we've all been here. This affects all of us. Now, I mean, I've been here too. Everybody uses the internet. This was my phone for 3 months. For 3 months, I used this Nokia. It's a little brick phone. If anyone wants to see it, I'll pass it around. Bought it for $45. I got tired of the internet, and it had a really bad camera. It's painful to text on, but I learned a lot. It really helped with my mental health. It helped with a variety of different things in my life, and it really improved my quality of life overall. And I want to share with you guys today and persuade you to reduce the amount of time that you spend on social media for 4 reasons. Number 1, so you guys can experience better mental health and overall peace of mind. Number 2, so you can experience less surveillance by major tech companies, less risk of data breaches and other violations of your guys' privacy. Number 3, so that you can have more free time, including a stable sleep schedule. I know many of us don't sleep very well. And number 4, so you can gain an improved ability and other chances to go out, interact with others, and socialize. So number 1, the internet is bad for our mental health. This is proven. People who spend more than 3 hours a day, which is most of us, online or on social media, are hit with double the risk of mental health problems, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, headed by the Surgeon General. And again, up to 80% of college students struggle with social media addiction, according to the NIH, National Institute of Health. And those who are addicted are found to be more depressed, stressed, and anxious. Tech companies have admitted openly in their user agreements and otherwise that they want you addicted to their products, to their services, to their apps. And according to the BBC, their algorithms are continuing to improve, hooking us for more time. Americans spend upwards of 6 hours a day online, upwards of 4 hours on social media. And our brains were simply not meant for this type of supernatural, abnormal stimuli that is the internet. Constant entertainment, constant information. We're not meant for that. It has a negative impact and a toll on our mental health, and by reducing our usage of these services, you will notice, I promise you, some mental health benefits, including reduced anxiety, reduced stress, more relaxation. And number 2, for less surveillance, advertising, and data. So companies, I mean, there is breaches every single year. Every single year there's a major breach, and our data is stolen. Social media platforms, their sole purpose, how they make money, the reason that they're free is because they collect all of our data. They collect all of our clicks, all of our interests, and they sell them, along with our profiles, to major companies so that they can advertise to us on their same platforms. And again, it increases our risks of getting hacked, getting data breaches. According to Alexander Robiquet, the deep issue here that makes this so creepy and so violating is not that somebody has all of this information to personalize to us, but that they have it for nefarious purposes, which is just to sell it. That we are no more than numbers to them. We're no more than a cog in the wheel that's making them money. So we can refuse to buy into this invasive and downright evil system of data selling and addiction by staying off of the internet, and that'll prevent us from our data being sold in this nefarious way. So for number 3, time. Time is our greatest resource to accomplish what we want to in life. Think about how much time you all waste on social media. All of us, me too. It's really terrifying, actually. Many people are spending, again, 6 hours a day or more on their phones. Now, over a 60-year period, spending 6 hours a day online. 6 hours is a full quarter of our 24-hour day. Another 8 of that's spent sleeping, but whatever. A full fourth of our living time spent online. Over 60 years, 15 of those years are going to be spent just online. Online doesn't exist. Online isn't real. It's fake. It doesn't exist. So we're wasting all of this time. We're feeling depressed because we're not being productive with our time and we're not accomplishing the goals that we want to. It reduces our motivation. It reduces our ability to go and accomplish our goals. There's no excuse for the amount of time that we're wasting because it's not productively spent most of the time. There's no fruits of our labor. Imagine what you could be doing, including sleeping. Many of us are up very late on our phones, just distracted by this mindless infotainment. Imagine how much better we'd feel if we devoted that time to sleeping, to exercising, to doing things, to accomplishing our goals, instead of wasting it on a platform that doesn't even exist. And lastly, number 4, if you ditch the internet, you'll gain an improved ability and a motivation to go do things in real life with real people, make real interactions, talk, connect, spend quality time together. In reality, online interaction is just fake. It's not organic. All you're doing is sending memes and pictures and text messages. And that's not what our brains were evolved or created to do or designed to do. It takes a real human connection to stimulate that part of our brains. And it takes over 300 hours of time to build a good friendship, spent together in person, directly interacting. How many people spend 300 hours, which is over 2 weeks, with other people that are not their families in a year? How many people do that? Nobody's doing that because they're on their phones. Instead of going outside, instead of socializing, you're at home playing video games, on Instagram, TikTok, just scrolling away, wasting your time. And this 300 hours figure is according to Jeffrey Hall, a social journalist, a social scientist. And it's just important to realize that you cannot build a meaningful relationship based off of that. In conclusion, if you finally set yourself free of social media, or at least reduce your time on it, you will experience better mental health, you will have less surveillance, you will have more free time, including better sleep, and you will gain an improved ability to socially interact with other people, and social interactions are the key to a happy life. Thank you very much. Although most of us are guilty, sorry guys, most of us are guilty of spending way too much time online, I hope that you guys will reflect and think twice about the magnitude of time that you're spending online. And we certainly don't need the stress or the depression that all this brings us. If enough of us come to this realization, get off the line, and go out and make something meaningful of our lives, we can make a real difference in the world. We can bring back the humanity to the interactions that we have on a daily basis. So when it seems like it's all too much, when you get down and depressed because you're sucked into the digital world, go outside, go touch some grass, go explore the world around you, because that's where the meaning in life is. Thank you very much. Woo!
Yeah.
Here's our works cited. In addition, this one in particular, just check that out. It's my article that I wrote. It's really good. I don't think that a lot of what I do is good, but this is like my magnum opus of writing. So if you guys would like to go check that out, it's on a website called The Venice Oarsman, and the title is called How the Internet Destroyed the Human Experience.
Yeah, why don't you send it to all of us in Canvas? Can you do that?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah,
I
so.
would love to. I would love to. Thank you.
Okay, so questions, comments?